Hey everybody, it is August 4th. It is a Thursday afternoon. I am empty right now, delivered to Waterbury, Vermont, and on my way back down to Fulton, New York. Just took the ferry across Lake Champlain. I'm right here in Plattsburgh right now. And it just started to rain. Anyway, haven't put up a video in a couple of weeks, so I have been taking video, so I'm gonna, at this point, gonna show you some clips from the last couple of weeks and get you caught up. Thanks for joining me, guys. All right, it is Tuesday night, July 19th. I'm here in Fulton, New York, picking up a load, going up to Vermont as usual. And delivered one early this morning, took my break, came back down here, so now we're here. I'm gonna have my dinner and let's get back on the road. Okay, Wednesday, the 20th of July. I'm here in Waterbury. It is 90 degrees with a fuel-like temperature of 98 right now. That's very warm for Waterbury, Vermont. A lot of humidity. A lot of people stopping in here and getting an ice cream cone today. There's so many tourists in the area that the internet is pretty much useless right now, on this tower anyway. It's usually a 5G tower, but it's down to LTE right now with a very narrow bandwidth. Couldn't even check emails, couldn't send text, and I could get some phone calls out, but not much. It would keep failing on some of them, but some I did get through on. All right, here we go. Yeah, so we got here at 4:35 a.m. And yeah, my clipboard just fell on me. Nice. Anyway, got here at 4:35 a.m. and they still had the trailer loaded, so I took my break. So just got finished putting the trailer in the door, and they did pull the trailer out of the door while I was on break, so that was nice. All I had to do was go up and drop it in the door and then hook up to the empty, pre-trip it, and get on out of there. Yeah, so on the way in here last night, my engine check light came on, the mill light they call it. Malfunction indicator lamp. But I have a scan tool that resets and also resets D-rates and stuff. But since I had no internet and I had not used it in the last 2 weeks, I had to log back in. I couldn't log in because the internet wasn't good enough, so kind of anxious to see what the code is, see what's wrong with the truck. So we'll get over to the ferry, and I should be able to pull it up there. Should be able to log in there. So we got about an hour, we'll be over the ferry. But man, it's warm outside. It's especially warm inside that empty trailer that was sitting in the sun. I had to get in there and clean it out. Man, if I get this thing in gear, we'll be all set. Yeah, really hot. Yeah, so anyway, this past Monday, when I left home to start my week, I made it into Goodyear, and they were able to balance the tires again. I'd lost all the weights off the right tire, and they were using those weights that they clip on to the side of the rim, because that's all they had when they put the tires on the truck. So I think there was 4 ounces on the right side, and I can't remember, it was 8 or 9 ounces on the left. Well, I lost all but 2 of the weights on the left side, so there was no balancing going on that tire. Either of those tires, really. But they got them straightened out. They're riding good. They feel smooth, so I think we're going to be all right with those. So this was my second delivery of the week into Waterbury, Vermont. I'm going back down and getting another one to deliver tomorrow, which will be Thursday, the 21st of July. But there is not a delivery again till Saturday, which will be the 23rd of July. But I'm going to talk to them tomorrow and see if they can get me an empty trailer for Friday, and I will take that load and deliver it Friday and then go home. If they don't think they can have me an empty, I'm just going to go on home tomorrow, and somebody else is going to do that run. We'll see how it all works out here. Show 94 outside now. Holy mackerel. She's a hot one. So I know if you're out west right now, you're saying, geez, that'd be nice if it was only 94. We're not used to that heat up here at all. We're not prepared for it. Plus it's humid, so it's not the dry heat, you know. We always hear, yeah, it's hot, but it's a dry heat. No, I don't care. If it's 105 degrees outside and it's a dry heat, it's still hot. Very hot. It's been years and years since I've been out to anywhere out west. I used to enjoy going out to the Phoenix area, Southern California, Nevada, them areas out there, but I ain't been out there in years. Too far away now. I think it got like farther away or something. That's how I feel anyway. Plus I'm doing this dedicated thing, and we're going to ride this out as much as we can. See what happens. But that nice dry heat in Phoenix during the day is, with the sun, it's too much, but in the evening when the sun goes down and it's still real warm, you know, in the 90s or whatever, it kind of feels good. Especially if you were sitting outside by your pool having a nightcap or something. It's very comfortable, no humidity. We don't get those real high temperatures here in the Northeast, but we get the humidity, so all this vegetation at night puts out a lot of humidity. And the air itself too, when it comes in from the right direction and it gets a little tropical around here, it is unbearable. When the humidity gets high and the dew point's high, I start sweating just looking out the window. Yeah, so we're just rolling here on 89 North in Vermont. We'll go up north through Burlington and on up and get off and head over to the ferry, which takes us across to Plattsburgh basically, and go on down that way, head up to Route 11 and down to Watertown and back into Fulton, New York to pick up the next load. The same old routine. It's kind of boring doing the same thing all the time, but you got a routine down. You know where you can stop, you know where there's places to park. There's nothing really uninspected unless you have a road closure or something. And the way I run this route in the afternoons, I come up here and take the ferry and get back down over to Fulton, which is Fulton, if you don't know where that's at, it's just slightly northwest of Syracuse. So I get back down there and I do my drop and hook. And then I usually get down onto the New York Thruway and come across towards Albany. But I get off at Fultonville at the TA truck stop, get fuel, and then I take the skinny road across to 87 North at Saratoga Springs, and then I get back on the highway a little bit there and then get back off again and take the skinny roads up to Vermont here. So I would say 70%, maybe 60% of this run is all 2-lane roads. So total round trip is 581 miles. But like I said, a lot of it's on 2-lane roads, so you use up your 11 hours of driving. Usually if I can make a complete round trip, I don't have much time left. Like, we're talking minutes to drive. So but I can push it right up close because I know parking spots where I can park if I go short, you know, if I can't make it on the round trip. Yeah, we're coming up here to left lane closed, 55 miles an hour coming up. They got the southbound traffic over on our side because a little ways up on top of this hill up here, this little hill we're going to go up, the road on the southbound side started to slide down the hill, so they're fixing that. Yeah, it started out when it first happened, there was like a little sinkhole on the southbound side on the shoulder, and it was it moved the guardrail a little bit, and then it started getting bigger, so I guess they decided they needed to do something about it. And come to find out, the whole thing is moving, so they're going in there and redoing it all. Like some dark clouds up ahead. Maybe we're gonna get some rain. I don't know, I'm working on this camera, the center camera, the one that looks out the front windshield. The colors are not right on it. I can't figure out why. So I'm looking into it. I'm going to try to get that corrected here before too long. It may be because I put a neutral density filter on the front of it and it kind of changed the colors. And a neutral density filter is it's like sunglasses for the camera. Because when the bright sun comes in the front of that little camera, it messes it up. So you usually got to put a filter on there, which I have one on, and I think it's changing the color. This is where they're fixing the road right off to the left here. Yeah, I know you can't really see it, but looks like they're driving pylons down in the ground to stabilize it. Oh, that sheriff is standing outside in this heat in that dark uniform. I bet you he's hot. Woo! Now I just had another light come on the dashboard, and it's my traction control saying that it's inoperative. So I got a feeling the code is going to be something to do with ABS, even though I don't have a truck ABS light on. We'll see. We'll see what it is as we get up here. I think I'm going to stop at the rest area here and try to figure out what's going on with this thing. Make sure that we ain't got a real serious issue. Got a rest area a couple miles up at Williston here. I think we'll stop in there and see what's going on. Alright, here we are in the rest area, and you can see right here, this is the mill light, check engine light, or better known as the malfunction indicator lamp. Up here we got my traction control showing that it is not working. When that light's on, it's not working. So that's our codes. This green light here is just the engine fan going on and off because I got the truck running and with the AC on, so engine fan going on and off. Here's our iPad. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. I should change to day mode. How do you do that? We got to go into home. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to work. You could probably see me with the camera. So let's just go into our active codes. View faults. Okay. One active code is the brake system controller. It's happened 127 times. Okay. What's this? Drop down. Oh, okay, that's just a drop down. Inactive brake system controller. Brake inactive. Cab controller primary active. Drive axle temperature cab controller primary. Engine control. SCR inlet NOx engine controller. Uh-oh, that's not a good one. It happened one time though. So it says troubleshooting. Module has detected abnormally strong vibrations. After treatment, intake NOx sensor is a smart device and receives commands from the engine electronic control module via the J939 data link. After treatment, intake NOx sensor performs its own internal diagnostics and reports malfunctions back to the ECM. It is used to measure the NOx emissions at the intake of the after treatment system. Fault sensing. ECM that is not providing vital data. Repair. The after treatment intake NOx sensor is mounted on the engine near the turbocharger outlet. So I guess you just replace it. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back out of there and we're going to go to our commands and we're going to go to reset. First we're going to do reset Cummins, and we will see if that takes the code off. Turn key on, engine off. Alright, so let's bring the idle down. I know, guys, this picture ain't very good. I'm trying to hold the camera and do all this stuff. Alright, so we're going to shut the engine off. Okay. Let's let the truck go ahead and do its little checks and stuff. Okay, we are going to do what this says. We're going to turn key on, engine off. Okay, keys on. Cummins reset fault code is in progress. This may take a couple of minutes. Please wait. And this scan tool I'm using, there's a little dongle down below here, down below the key. Right there, that's a little dongle that's plugged into the 9-pin port there. The diagnostic port, whatever you want to call it. So right now it's telling me we're Cummins reset fault codes is in progress, so we're waiting. And I'm not sure if that's going to be a Cummins fault code or I need to reset the after treatment. But right now all the lights are out on the dash, so there's no faults right now. Probably should get a hold of a mechanic and tell him to buy a inlet NOx sensor if he can get one. It might be one of the parts that's not available right now. Okay, Cummins reset fault code successful, and I am done. Thank you so much. So now what we're going to do is we're going to shut the key off for a second. And restart the truck. And then we can look at our live data. Okay, we're out of gear. Let's start it. Let's see. No lights on. No lights on the dash. So it only happened one time, but usually if it happens once, that means it's getting ready to need to be replaced. So all right, that's it for now. We got that code cleared out. We got no lights on the dash, so we'll continue on, and we'll keep our eye on it and try to get one of those NOx sensors ordered, see if they're available. Alright guys, it is July 25th. It's a Monday. I haven't spoke to you in a couple of days. A lot of things have happened in the last couple of days. Well, not a lot of things, but I had a code on the truck, and it was the inlet NOx sensor, which went bad, so I made my way over to Ohio to the shop that I use. And usually, if you're wondering what I'm doing right now, usually I go out straight out that way because I got to park my trailer where I just had it, and I go straight out. But had to pull up here and I got to back down to the other entrance. But anyway, made it out to Ohio, got the NOx sensor put in, and then I got my truck serviced, and couple of little things. I got new airlines put on it. I was having a problem with the driver's door, with the part that holds the door open. That broke, so had to have that replaced. And a couple other little things. But last Thursday I ended up going home because I was having some pain in a most unfortunate area, if you know what I mean. And got home Thursday night. Friday I went to the ER because it was getting pretty bad. Had a lot of swelling and stuff, and turns out I had a abscess. So that got drained, and I'm on antibiotics now for the next 10 days. So we got, what, 8 days left, and I feel a lot better. Believe me, I didn't realize how poorly I was feeling because it happened slowly. But the abscess is basically an infection, so it was dragging me down, And don't ever mess around with something like that, because if you let it go too long, you can get your blood can get septic, or is it septic or sepsis? I can't remember. And eventually that will be the end of you. So anyway, I got that straightened out. I'm feeling better. I took a day off of rest. I drove over here to the shop that I use in Ohio, and he worked on my truck Sunday and Monday. Today he was done in the early afternoon. I took a little nap here, and now I'm going to head back and get on my dedicated run. So we're backing out of here. We're almost to the driveway. Shop that I go to is right here on the left. I'm in Wadsworth, Ohio. All right, that should do it. I'm feeling 10 times better than I did last Thursday, for sure. Okay, rolling. I don't know if you guys have ever put a leather steering wheel cover on before, where you got to thread it yourself. It came out really good, but I'll show you later on when I'm not driving. But I did that last night while I was sitting after you got done working on my truck. And man, it took a long time. It took me almost 3 hours to thread it. But I like the way it came out. Now the steering wheel part looks much better, but the centerpiece is still old. But they want, like, it's almost $400 for this replacement steering wheel for the original part. I don't really want to pay that. So I got the leather cover, and it actually came out good. It feels nice and comfortable. This steering wheel was kind of already worn out when I got the truck. When I bought it used, it had 380,000 miles on it. And it had one of those steering wheel covers that you pull over it, and I guess it's got like foam in it and stuff. It was really thick. I really didn't like it. I took it off pretty much immediately when I got the truck. But this came out pretty good. I mean, I did good with the stitching for the very first time. Well, this is downtown Wadsworth that we're coming into right now. This is the center of town. we got 379 miles to pick up the load, our first load to get back on our run. I kind of looked for a load out of here, and being the time constraints, I really couldn't find anything that was going to work for me. I did call one agent who had a load, pick it up about 50 miles away from here and delivering pretty close to where I had to be. 12,800 pounds. Rate was pretty decent. And I called on it, and they said, oh, I got to check their load board. So right away I knew it was an agent that was just looking on a load board. Got back to me, said, that load weighs about 44,000 pounds. And I said, well, I'm not willing to take it for that. If you can get the rate higher, I would do it. And they said, no, I can't do anything with that. So I didn't end up taking that load. So we're just going to deadhead back. Going to call it the cost of doing business. Going to stop in Erie, Pennsylvania, and actually Harbor Creek at the TA truck stop and fill up so I can get some IFTA tax credits. Since now that New York took the tax off the pump, I don't have any credit built up. Yeah, this is I-76 headed in towards Akron. We're not going to stay on long. We're going to jump off on 21 North. I think it's just 2 exits we'll be off it. Anyway, we'll jump on 21 North. That'll take us to Interstate 77 North. We'll get up towards, Erie, get on 271, and then 90 all the way out towards New York. Okay, now it's Tuesday, July 26th, and I'm over here in Fulton waiting on my load. I got in here 2:30 this morning. Load was not ready yet. Said it's going to be ready by about 6 o'clock tonight. So just sitting here. I'm at the Walmart here in Fulton, but I had bought some stuff when I was back in Ohio. I stopped at the Giant Eagle supermarket, and I got let's see, got some hamburger meat. I'm going to cook that up. It's not a lot. I think it's a little over a pound, so I'm going to have that for some tacos as usual. But then I bought some sausage, Italian sweet sausage. So I'm going to cook that up. Make up this broccoli. And I got some cream cheese. So I'm going to mix the broccoli, the sausage, and the cream cheese together and into a little concoction, which I like. I haven't done it in a while, so we'll put that stuff in the fridge for now. We'll put the sausage back in the fridge for now, and we'll cook up the hamburger meat first. Get that done. We'll clean up the pan. We'll drop the sausage in, cook it, put the spinach in the microwave. Actually, I should let my cream cheese sit out and get warm. And then we'll clean the pan after we get done cooking the sausage, and we'll really, the kind of only thing I got in here to mix stuff up would be this pan. So I'll mix up the sausage and cream cheese and and spinach in here. Alright, our hamburger meat is cooked. So, since I'm not in the kitchen, I gotta get the grease out of it my way. So I know you've seen me do this before, but I'll just take the burger and put it right in on this plate with a piece of paper towel. Let the grease drain into there. Shut the stove off. Burner. Whew. Alright, well, we're going to set this meat aside for now and let it drain the grease and cool off. And then we're going to start our sausage now. So I'll just do a quick wipe out of the pan. We'll get our sausage, a ground Italian sausage suite from Giant Eagle, which we don't have any Giant Eagle supermarkets here. Pennsylvania does, Ohio, I don't know where else. Okay. That cook a little bit. Okay, our hamburger meat is cooled off. Our sausage is cooking right along here. So I'm going to take my hamburger meat, which is in that paper towel like I showed you, and I'm just going to put it in the baggie. I don't spill it. I'm spilling it out the other end, so let's go to that end. Okay. that's it. Now we got a little bit of hamburger meat for tacos. Get our spinach in the microwave. What does it say? This side up. 6 to 7 minutes. Ooh, I should have started it sooner. Yeah, I should have started that spinach sooner. It's good to have everything hot at the same time. This way the cream cheese melts right in there. What I can do is take my cream cheese, which I got open, and start cutting it up into smaller pieces. All right, our sausage is done. So we're going to put that on a plate. Put it on a plate, let some of the grease drain off it. Our spinach has got about another minute in the microwave. All right, so I got my cream cheese all cut into chunks. We're just going to throw that in there. Okay. Now I think we'll just dump our our sausage on top. Okay. And we got our spinach. Wow, that's hot. All right, we'll dump our spinach in. And we're going to give this a good mix. Oh, that's going to be good, guys. If you like spinach, sausage, and cream cheese, you're going to love this. If you don't like spinach, I guess you're not going to like this. So that's it. That's the spinach, sausage, and cream cheese. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, guys, so that's the end of the footage I took over the last few weeks. I'm sitting here actually right now editing it, and going to try to get it out as soon as possible. But I'm here in Williston, Vermont right now. It's about 3:30 a.m. Couldn't quite make it into Waterbury tonight. I was shy about 10 minutes time, so I just stopped here at the rest area. I'm still ahead of schedule. I can still be down to Waterbury by about 1:30 p.m. tomorrow, and it doesn't have to be there till 4, so I got some leeway there. Anyway, I appreciate you guys watching the video all the way to the end here, and hope you come back again to ride along with me, and we'll see you on the next one. Everybody take care. Bye.